Okay, I need to break the streak of mediocre driving games given the last two games I reviewed, so here's a fun one to talk about. Enjoy! Rumble Racing is a 2001 racing game that was released exclusively on the PlayStation 2 on April 23rd, 2001 for North America and June 1st, 2001 for Europe. Developed by EA Redwood Shores, later Visceral Games, and published by EA Games, the best way I can describe this game is Mario Kart meets Need for Speed. And given that this game EA had a hand in, this might not really be all that much of a surprise. There isn't really any information I can find about its development history, but I did find out that this game is a spiritual successor to another similar game EA Redwood Shores developed called NASCAR Rumble. Only instead of NASCAR, we have more other cars here. Let's see if this game holds up. Rumble Racing has several different modes of play. You've got the standard free race, which is a normal race, stunt challenge, which allows you to rack up points by performing as many stunts as possible, and showdown, which lets you battle against one opponent for one lap. You can also battle against a friend in these modes, as the game does have multiplayer. The main mode of the game is Championship. In this mode, you'll race against everyone in a multi-race series. Come out with the most points at the end and you'll win the championship. You'll need to get through this mode to unlock all the tracks and most of the cars. The other cars you'll have to unlock by finding the Easter egg in specified tracks. On the whole, there's a decent amount of stuff here to keep you going for a while, especially in Championship mode. The main races consist of circuit-style races. You'll race around a closed track for a few laps. If that sounds familiar, you've probably played at least one game in your life like it, and it might have even been one of the older NFS games. See why I made the comparison earlier? But unlike the older Need for Speed games, this game is way crazier with how it plays. Mainly this is due to the power-ups. The game features Mario Kart-like power-ups that can help you slow down your enemies and help you at the same time. The power-ups are fairly standard for a game of this nature, and there's nothing ridiculously overpowering. On top of that, you can perform stunts. By holding R2 while in the air, you can turn and twist your car in many directions. Flips both front and back, barrel rolls, and all sorts of crazy stuff. If you landed successfully, you'll get a boost. Ideally, if you're good enough, you can keep a boost stream going through the whole race depending on the course. Everything mentioned here creates a race that is both strategic while not being too luck-based compared to Mario Kart and even being out there. So, with such strong gameplay, the feelings are further enhanced by excellent controls. While they are pretty standard for a racer like this, they work very well. Handling for the cars is more in the arcade side of things, but it's still responsive and easy to control your car, i.e. the most important thing in any driving game. Though some of the later cars can be a bit much at times. It's also easy to do stunts, although I wish it was easier to drop power-ups from behind. With well-designed gameplay and almost perfect controls, the game itself also oozes in a matching style. From the tracks to the cars and everything in between, Rumble Racing has a cartoony look to it. The tracks are designed with unique settings that show the only limit of design is your imagination. You've got beach tracks, farm town tracks, mountain tracks, and even one known as the Gauntlet, shaped like an octagon that is filled with jumps for endless boost chains. They're all designed well with the game's intentions in mind, and there's something for everyone. The cars themselves also fit very well. While there are no licensed cars, the ones the developers came up with fit very well. You've got muscle cars, sports cars, and even oddities like a rocket car and an RV. Again, there's something for everyone in the car department. Graphically, the game looks good, although when you compare it to later racing games on the PS2, even some also done by EA like Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2, Need for Speed Underground 1 and 2, and Burnout 3, it does kind of feel weak in comparison. Car models do look fine, especially with some of the more insane ideas. They are probably the best looking part of the game. They also have 3 ranks in them: Rookie, Pro, and Elite. It changes the look and adds some stats, although they can become a little bit more difficult to control. Body kit, custom spoilers, some vinyls to enhance the look, and sometimes the stats increase. Yeah. The track graphics also look fine, albeit a bit dated. Environments get the job done, and buildings look good, though everything does feel a bit less detailed compared to Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2, which, given that this game came out 1 year before that game did, makes me wonder if EA wanted to test stuff before really showing off. Given how early this game came out in the PS2's lifespan, I wouldn't be surprised. The sound design is good, but a little flawed. For starters, engine sounds pack the punch that they should. The rocket car literally sounds like a rocket is about to take off, and other cars sound fine as well. Though, maybe the punch is a bit too much, as the engine sounds tend to drown out the in-game music from time to time. The music is fine. Each track has appropriate matching songs with familiar motifs, but you might not notice it given the aforementioned powerful engine sounds. Other sound effects, such as landing, crashing, and all that jazz, sound fine and in place. To top off the sound, we have an announcer who throws one-liners and other witty bits of commentary in there from time to time. He's voiced by veteran voice actor Jess Harnell, best known for voicing Wacko from Animaniacs. His one-liners frequency can be adjusted in the options menu, so the commentary can be infrequent if you prefer. There's not really much left to the game after you beat all the cups besides the Easter eggs, and once those are done, all that's left is free play in the other modes. Rumble Racing is a damn good racer for the PS2. It has all the key things a good racer should have. Controls well, plays well, has excellent track and car design, in addition to looking and sounding great, and having a decent amount of content. However, the stunts are a bit tough to pull off. It doesn't look as good as some other racers. Some engine sounds are too powerful and drown out other sounds and music, and there isn't much replayability. Despite this, this is a great racer that if you haven't played by now, and you have a PS2, and you want more arcade-like racing games, get this game. You'll have a hell of a time. I give Rumble Racing a 4 out of 5. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, click the big red button below to subscribe. Check out the other links in the description for more cool stuff, and check out the playlist on screen for more content. See you in the next video.